Good morning, Spartanburg. Folks, it is my honor and privilege today to introduce to you the totally clear choice in the next president of the United States of America, Senator Rick Santorum.
It is great to be back at the Beacon. It's great to be back in Spartanburg, and it's great to see so many people here who were out to hear us and help us down this final stretch towards Saturday's election. An election where we're going to show again where the experts are out there predicting all these things, just like they did in Iowa. That this race is a race. It's a one-person race. It's not. This is a race where the people are going to speak, and they're going to be a big surprise in South Carolina on Saturday. The heart of the upstate now is transformed from this textile mills to the high-tech, very high-tech and high-end manufacturing that's going on here. And South Carolina has proven that they can be competitive. But imagine how much more competitive South Carolina could be if we actually had a president who was out there working to make America the premier, top, most competitive manufacturing epicenter in the entire world. Imagine what would happen to the economy of this area. We're still 20% more expensive to do business. Why? Taxation and regulation. Those are the two killers. And so what do? Number one, we take the corporate tax on manufacturing. We take the corporate tax for all corporations and cut it in half to 17.5%. Make it a simple tax. This is really important. So that the big companies pay the same rate as the little companies. That we don't have these complex taxes that allow really big companies to employ a lot of accountants, a lot of lawyers to figure out how to reduce their tax bill, while the little guy ends up getting stuck paying 35%, right? So we lower the rate, simplify it, so the big guys and little guys pay the same and therefore can compete. And so we do two things. Number one, we cut the corporate tax from 35% to 0 for manufacturers. So we say that everybody, we want you to make things here in America. We want you to take those jobs that you shipped overseas, set them back in America. And we saw it. I just toured the BMW plant. We saw that the people here in Spartanburg, the people here in the upstate, can make as high a quality product as anybody in the world. And I would just say this. If you want someone like these folks in Texas decided, that's going to be a strong conviction conservative, a one that has a plan that's a winning plan for America, not just on the family, not just on life, not just on religious liberty, but on national security. Someone who served 8 years on the Armed Services Committee and was involved in major foreign policy debates and winning and bringing people together. I grew up around coal miners and steel workers. I grew up around folks who worked hard for a living and did so with their hands and their backs, and yes, their brains too. And I understand that route in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Indiana and Michigan. And when I went there, I tried my best to represent the values of those hardworking people. The values that I grew up with. Faith, family. Yes, President Obama, people who clung to their guns and Bibles. And here's what I'll say. Everybody who wants to be in this race should be in this race, and I'm not going to be someone who's going to point my finger at someone and says, I'm better than you, you should get out. That's not how South Carolina is going to decide this race. It's going to decide it based on the best. Here's what I say to you. Do, when you vote on Saturday, what you want from your politicians. Don't compromise. Vote your conscience. Do what you know is right. And don't sell America short because someone tells you you need to compromise in order to win. And it was Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, and Jim Bob is here with us today.
We're up here just to proclaim that Rick is the conservative candidate. He is the family value candidate that we're asking all the people that are looking for the family value candidate to get behind.
The upstate will speak to the country about who they want as the next president of the country.
that way I might be looking at the next president, because I'm going to vote for him. Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to get the next president of the United States. I'm going to get him a pork eggplant pie. Thank you for coming to the beacon.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll try.
Right. It will be better.
All right. Very good.